Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is a friend of the show. We have Chirag Suri back in the hot seat, cricket player commentator with the highly anticipated India versus Pakistan game this Sunday. He's here to give us an inside scoop on the preparations and his thoughts on the big game and of course on the World Cup. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, Chirag.
Thank you so much.
To have you.
Thank you so much. Always a pleasure being here.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for being here. Now, the last time you were on the show, I was not on the show.
Yeah.
But according to what I've heard, that you have mentioned that Shubman's and Sara's relationship, and you got a lot of backlash, of course, for your comments. So, if you can maybe give what happened after the show, if you can give me like a brief of what happened after the show.
No, nothing. I think, it just goes to show that, it's how people interpret things. And, for me, it was coming out of a good heart situation where, at the end of the day, if two people are together or not, like, it's nothing to do with me. But I just came from a place that I was happy for them, if they were together. So that's all I meant. And, I didn't mean in a bad way to anyone or to offend anyone, but it wasn't to be, clearly. So, they're doing well for themselves now. And I wish them both the best always. And if they're together or not, doesn't matter to me.
You had to issue an apology video, and sometimes we as public commentators, I see someone issuing a video and I just feel for them, because I feel like they're in a situation where they're getting trolled, I guess, by the public. Like, what was that like?
No, I mean, it's not about getting trolled or anything. I think everybody was like, Chirag, tell me the real thing. What's going on? This, that. I think there was no hate comments or anything like that to me. I think, if anything, like, it was one of those viral videos for me. And, you just take whatever you can out of it. And it is what it is, the situation, and it's people move on, and that's how it is. You learn from it, and that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of moving on, are they together?
They're not together. Clearly, they're not together. So, that's the whole idea. They're both in their own thing right now, and it was a whole media thing. How sometimes, what we see from the picture from outside is different to what it really is. So we got to see how we interpret it, and everybody, sometimes we see that maybe they are or they're not, but it's a completely different story. Personally how it is. They're just good friends, so that's what matters. I
think it's amazing advice for people who are on the other side, that social media is one thing and then life is another thing. Absolutely. And we should not judge as people ever.
100%, I agree with you. But let's get back to you. So you are married.
Yes.
How is married life?
Yeah, amazing. I think 4 years now I've been married.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I think life really does change, when you're at that spectrum, especially as a sportsman. You want that stability in life, and, having that partner go with you, sometimes through good times, sometimes through bad time, but you have that person, who you can share with, and, whatever happens, like whether you do well or you don't do well, they're still gonna love you. And that's the best part of it. I really progressed in terms of, mentally, just progressing in terms of our mental state and things like that. So I think having that person really helped me, and I saw my best, playing years post that, because you're stable, you have that stability, and I think that really helps. That really helped me personally. And so happy.
That's such a lovely view, I think, and it's such a mature view, especially in terms of like speaking to a younger audience in terms of what the values of life and how important they are. Yeah. But speaking of cricket, you mentioned a while ago that you wanted to take a break personally. Where are you now in your own game?
Look, I think it's very important to just reflect on where you are. Whether it's physically or mentally. I spoke about it the other day as well, that it's people in the region, they think that, he's playing cricket, he's doing absolutely fine, and but the pressures that are off the field and even on the field, there's so much going on in your head, and you sometimes just want to just take a little bit of a step back, whether you have a physical injury or not, but just mentally, you just want to refresh and reset. I think everybody needs that little bit of a break, and then you come back refreshed, more energized, hungry. Sometimes when you go through the motions, I've been playing since I'm about 10, 11 years old. Since I'm 18, I've been on a contract. So about a good part of 10 years, you've had that same routine day in, day out. So sometimes just good to, take a back seat, look at, where you are, be grateful for what you've achieved, and then find that motivation again to drive you. You need that motivation. You need that hunger. This sport, or anybody's, whatever their passion may be, at times it just becomes a routine. And you stop loving what you do. Like we are on the Lovin Dubai show, but you know what I mean? We all love what we do. That's why we're doing it. It's not because, you know, somebody's telling us to do it or something. This was my passion, and that's why I love doing it. So it's very important for me to love it. So the moment you feel that a little bit of the love is going away, you just need to step back and, you know, give it a little bit of a break, see how things are going, and then, you know, come back. So now being back playing, and, you know, I've started enjoying it again. You know, there was a time where I wasn't quite enjoying playing, and I was like, you know, and then mentally you're not feeling right. Your body doesn't react as well. You get a few injuries because if you're not mentally there, your body's not going to react. So that's the whole idea. So
strong advice.
Yeah, much better now. Yeah, amazing. Yeah,
I really like the advice, honestly. Good on you. But I want to get to cricket. So there's a game on Sunday.
Yeah.
Happening, and of course there are a lot of expectations as well. So what are your expectations? What are you looking forward to?
And let me tell you one thing. The Pakistan, all the fans, they're not expecting much after the game yesterday.
I know. Yeah, commiserations to Pakistan. Commiserations to Pakistan.
I don't want to say anything bad or anything, but after yesterday's game, I think a lot of the Pakistani fans have trying to sell their tickets, you know, for the game against India. There's a lot of vacant. There's a lot of seats available if anybody's looking for a seat for that India-Pakistan game.
Give the audience what happened yesterday. What happened last night?
So look, cricket is a funny game. I tell you, I've played against the USA team, you know, multiple times. You know, I've won Player of the Match awards against the USA team. In associate cricket, in cricket, you cannot take any team lightly because on the day, any team can be dangerous. That's how the sport's evolved now. You've got good players in every single team. The day they have a good day, they can uproot any team. And now the US know the conditions better. The games are being played in the USA. They know their condition. It's their home ground. So they have that advantage. So, I mean, looking from the back, I mean, just got to say, I think USA played really good cricket. They were just better on the day. It's not like Pakistan played bad cricket, but I guess they were a little bit, you know, I would say not as expressive. They were like, you know, very conservative. They were like on the edge. They were not in it. There was always that you would feel that sensation that, you know, there's nerves. There's nerves. And the moment there's nerves and, you know, you're not confident in your game, that's when the other team, if they have a good day, then they get you. So that's exactly what happened yesterday with the USA. And I think one of the biggest upsets of T20 World Cup history was yesterday. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, leading up to the India-Pakistan game where it was completely sold out and we were like, oh, it's going to be a close game and everything. But don't get me wrong. Pakistan is like the British weather. They're as unpredictable a team as the weather in London is. So if they turn up and, you know, on Sunday, if they turn up right, I think they're still a great team and they have the players to, you know, put any team under pressure, let alone be India or anybody. And yeah, I'm just super excited and I wish the informed Pakistan turns up on Sunday so we have a cracker of a game.
Well, they could do because I feel like after that type of shocking defeat, it gives you, as you said, a hunger and a motivation to do more. Like they're going in as a pure underdogs, and in that form, do you think if they come in their best form, they could take India?
I think they love that feeling when they have that, you know, underdog mentality, and then they go in and they have no expectations, so they're able to express themselves because there's less expectations. So that's what they say. You know, when you're at the top, it's one thing to get there, but to maintain the top is even harder because when you're at the top, everybody is going for your spot. So you have that, you know, extra pressure of staying there because you're expected to win. When you're expected to win and you go into every game, you need to make sure you do everything right every game. So I'm excited. I have a lot of my friends, a lot of my family in the US. They've gone down all the way from Dubai and India for this game. So I'm hoping for a good contest, honestly. That's all we want to see, yeah.
Speaking of contests, like give us an overview of this year's World Cup. Like which teams do you think could go all the way and who do you think is kind of not performing to the best?
I think Australia England, India, and before this shock defeat, I was rating Pakistan honestly, and I still do. You know, it's one of those things when you give a little bit of a at the start of the competition. It's only the first game, you know, but now they have to win all their matches if they want to qualify. So it's getting a bit complicated for them.
Okay.
But still, nonetheless, the West Indies, they're a great team as well. South Africa as well. You know, in the past, we've seen South Africa win a lot of games, and then when it reaches the qualifiers, the semi-finals, finals, they kind of have the impression of chokers when, you know, they're not able to perform on the biggest games, and then they get knocked out even after they have the best team. And so, I mean, South Africa's always got that tag because they reach the semi-finals and then they lose, and they do so well till then. So let's see how it goes. But those are, like, I think my top 4 teams, I would say. Australia, England, New Zealand is also a good team.
You forgot Ireland.
Yeah, Ireland is a great team. But it's just that Ireland love the green wickets. The wickets in the US right now, they're slower spinning wickets. So
that's why.
So I mean, that's not the reason why they're not going to make it. But I just feel the more subcontinental teams might have a bit of an edge because of the spinners they have.
Fair enough.
Well, since you spoke so positively about Pakistan, and
because you're wearing green, so you're supporting Pakistan.
Exactly, I am. I came here supporting it all, but
She did that intentionally. She knew coming in. She's
You did
going to nudge the Indian
you
audience.
can never know. But
I'm wearing blue.
I am totally
You're neutral.
she's
totally neutral in the middle.
She's
so
neutral. She's
Although
very
I have
neutral.
Pakistani family, so
Okay.
I edge on the side of Pakistan for
Oh,
sure. Yes,
okay,
yes, I
okay.
do.
Well, since of course, you know, Pakistan lost, India won. Can you tell me, like, who do you think are the best from each team?
Look, I think there's really, really good players in both the teams. Pakistan, you know, having Babar Azam, their captain, Shaheen Afridi, you know, the left-arm fast bowler, played with a couple of the other guys, Azam Khan. They're all quality players, you know. To make it to a team of 12, 13 in like a population of 300-400 million, you got to be really good. You know, it's and then the same goes with India, you know, because we have the IPL, and then there's about 10 teams, and then all the guys who do well in that, they're like 12, 13 people in a billion.
Sure.
So it's not easy to be where they are, especially in both the countries where cricket is like a religion. It's not like, 10% of the population is playing cricket. No, it's like 60-70% of the population is playing cricket now. So to be there at the stage where they are, it's already such a big deal. And you know, that's why the extra pressure, because they expect it to do so well.
This is the thing.
Virat Kohli, you know, Rohit Sharma, you know, they're like they're now the modern greats of the game because they've done so well for so many years now. The last 5-10 years, we've seen them do so well and so consistently well. So I'm just excited to see how it goes, and I think India has got a good sort of lead up. Has been very good in terms of the IPL league. You know, that just finished before the World Cup, so all the guys are in form. They've been playing a lot of cricket, and just who reacts to the conditions better. So the USA conditions are slightly different to what it is in India. So it's only going to be a matter of adaptability and who reacts and, you know, who gets used to the conditions better. I think they're going to have the edge. And
back to the Indian cricket team, in terms of the greats, how many more years do you think they have it in them to remain the greats before the buck is passed to the young players?
Look, there's this pressure on. There's always, talks about, is this Virat's last World Cup? Is this Rohit Sharma's last World Cup? And a lot of people will say that there will be changes. The captain might change after the World Cup. The coach is changing. The coach has already said that this is his last tournament. Rahul Dravid, who's been the coach for the last about 2 World Cups for them. So there will definitely be a shift. That will depend on how well the team does in this World Cup. If they do really well and they win the World Cup, because if they don't win, it's not a successful campaign for India. They're expected to win the World Cup. If they reach the finals, it's not a successful campaign. As hard as it is, they're expected to win the World Cup. If they don't win the World Cup, it's not a successful campaign. So if they don't win the World Cup, there'll definitely be a lot of changing, I think so.
Well, actually, last time you predicted that India would win, but did not win for the World Cup. So what training did India do this time to actually win?
Look, the training, like I said, it's partly to do with your physical training, also mentally. I think they definitely are more ready in terms of their team, and I think they've come through that good IPL tournament, so they have been playing good amount of cricket before coming into the World Cup. And the guys who have made it to the team, like some of them are playing some amazing cricket. They're one of the world's best players, and I do expect them to do well. The combination of the team is good. They have good bowlers, good batsmen. In last time around, we didn't have one of our strong bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah. He's back from injury, so he's going to make a good 5-10% difference because he's one of the best bowlers in the world right now. So yeah, I'm just excited to see him back. He got the Player of the Match award as well, last game, for the first game for India back into the World Cup. So small things I just feel is coming into place for them, but it's still early days. We still need to see a few more games to really say that, oh, India's going to win the World Cup. That's me being my optimistic self and proud Indian to say that. But let's see how it goes.
Very finally, before you leave us, I have to ask, where do you watch the games in town? Like, where's like the cool place to go and watch cricket?
Look, I think the buzz is always around, everywhere in town, and we go to the Montgomery Club, next to my house. They show the game. We got popcorn and we got everything over there. We got good food. I know they have it in I think Barasti Beach as well. They're showing the games, and I've seen it on your post, and I hope they've fixed that fire issue they had.
Yeah, they're back up and running from yesterday.
They're back up and running, and of course, yeah. So I mean, I love just being with my friends wherever we go. Like it could be at a friend's place, and you love watching the games with Indians and Pakistanis together.
Oh God, yeah, the one drama.
Because you bring them in together, so it builds the hype even more. So I was also planning. I was like, I'll do a watch party with my friends at home, or somewhere in next to my house. There's this place, like I told you, address Montgomery. I was like, I'll call everyone there. I'll call my Indian friends and my Pakistani friends, because it's fun when both of them are there. It makes the watching experience even better.
Yes, it does, 100%. And there's no better place to watch India and Pakistan than in Dubai, where you get the crowds from either side.
Absolutely. That's the best time. That's the best place to watch it. That's the best place to watch it.
It's all happening this Sunday, and the World Cup is ongoing. Chirag, Suri, thank you so much for giving us the lowdown on what's going on. We really appreciate your time this morning.
Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Farah. That brings us to the end of our show this Friday. We'll be back with you on Monday morning. Have a fabulous weekend. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Ciao.